Welcome anyone to my YouTube channel. This is Everett, aka Two Beasts to Kill You, aka the Beast with the Least. And in today's video, I'm going to be giving you my thoughts on the Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion Remastered. And you know what? After hearing their justification for it, yes, I will say yes, that is a remaster, not a remake. Because it feels like the old game. It feels like Oblivion. It's just prettier. But before we get into full-on thoughts, if you like my content, like, subscribe, all that good stuff. I've just passed over 350 subscribers, so, let's keep this train going, huh? Alright, but let's go ahead and get into the video. This isn't like a review. It's more just what I think about the remaster, because this is a near 20-year-old game. There's not really much more I can say that hasn't been said about Oblivion for near 20 years. But if you love Oblivion, then yes. And even for someone who's never played Oblivion, they love Skyrim, jump into this. It's on Game Pass, it's on PlayStation, it's $50, and that's the thing too. Like $50 for this game with the Shivering Isles, Knights of the Nine DLC, and I think they added a couple new things too. Like, that is just such a great package. But even if you're on Xbox or on PC and you subscribe to Game Pass, this right here is worth, Game Pass has been killing it, lately, and they're going to continue to be killing it later this month. We're in May as I record this. They're going to have Doom the Dark Ages, halfway through the month. I mean, you can't deny that Game Pass is a very, very great value. But this is not about Game Pass or Doom. So, yeah, again, not much that I can say, but I'm going to try and say whatever I can, as much as I can anyways. But, so if you've played Oblivion, it's a little different from, I know most people have probably played Skyrim. I mean, they've re-released that game so many times. But Skyrim's probably been their most played Elder Scrolls game. So if you've played that, this is going to be, it'll feel different. The level up system is different. It's more based on what you're actually doing as a character, with leveling up your acrobatics and blades. Actually have to do those things instead of just gaining experience, leveling up, and now I want to level this up. And I mean, Skyrim does have that as well, but not the way Oblivion does. Also, when leveling up, you have to actually go to sleep instead of just level up. So yeah, there's going to be a lot of differences, but it's what they've made, what they've changed in Oblivion Remastered for quality of life stuff to make it maybe a little bit more in line with like Skyrim just works. You can actually, when you hit an enemy, it actually looks like you're hitting them. They do move a little bit, and it's not, you don't feel the weight like you would in, like, let's say an Elden Ring or Dark Souls game, or Souls-like game in general from FromSoft. So they've fixed that. They've added a sprint, which wasn't in the original release. But also, it feels like it's always been there. The way it is, it's not just like, oh, now you have sprint, and you just kind of go faster. It's tied to the acrobatics system, or acrobatics skill. So that's, it's a good change. Quality of life. The map is better. Now you can actually zoom in and out. I believe you couldn't in the original release. I'm not too positive on that one. I'm trying to think of all the other changes. It's been a long time since I played the original Oblivion. I am going based off of memory. Yeah, I can't really think. It's just because, as I said, it feels like you're playing Oblivion for the. If you've never played it or even played it before, it just feels like you're playing it for the first time, and that to me is like just such a great sign of that. Virtuous did amazing work. They put in the work to make this feel like Oblivion, not just like, oh yeah, here's just the game, but prettier, prettier, and we changed a bunch of stuff. No, they made it so this is a. It plays like what you remember, and it just looks prettier. I mean, to the point that like I'm pretty sure you've seen. I mean, I put it in my last podcast, but I'm pretty sure you've seen it online. Like they added in some old screw ups when it comes to voice acting, like someone messing up on their lines and things like that. Apparently, some of the glitches I don't really remember, but like the duplication glitch is still in there and things like that. So yeah, they didn't skimp on this. They wanted you to play the game and remember what it felt like playing Oblivion, and just be in love with the game again, because it's Elder Scrolls. The Elder Scrolls games, at least for me, when it comes to these types of open world RPGs set in like times like that, with sword and sandal stuff, medieval or whatever you want to call it. Elder Scrolls has always been more special to me than anything else. There's people got The Witcher, maybe newer people are gonna have Avowed. People have soul, Demon Souls, things like that. I have the Elder Scrolls. But yeah, I don't know. I'm just trying to think of more. Again, these are just my, the way I do these videos. I don't do a script. I just kind of go off the top of my head, give you my raw thoughts on these things. But yeah, it's, again, $50 is not a bad price at all. If you have Game Pass, go for it. If you're on PlayStation, spend the money. This is well worth it. If you've played it before, play it. If you've never played it, play it. If you played just Skyrim, play it. Play Oblivion. If I were to give it a rating, I guess you could say it's like a 9 out of 10. But I don't really want to do that. Alright, so I'll go ahead and end the video there. But again, if you guys like my randomness, the way I do my videos, my content, like, subscribe, all the good stuff. And until next time, I'll catch you later.